Yay. Hi everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So I'm going to go right into it and I'm going to ask you these questions. What are you known by? What are you called? What's your name? What are you known for? Oh well, my name is Noma and this is my first YouTube video. Boom. I'm so excited. Today we'll be talking about labeling. We'll be talking about what you're called, what you're known by, what you're known for. And it's going to be connected with how names and titles go a long way into changing and affecting our mentality and our lives. So here's the thing. It's no lie, it's absolutely no lie that what we are called defines us. Most times actually, that's the truth. We don't even know it, but it goes a long way into limiting what we think we can do and what we accept as the norm. I'm here to introduce you to a power. Yeah, a superpower that I have and you have. And do you know what that is? It's the power to become and be called what you want to be called. Because most times we become what we think of in our hearts. So today we are going to work together to switch our mentality and what we think is the norm. There's someone else who wants me to tell you something about you, but that's just going to go to the just going to wait till the end. Um, Let me bring it down to our level. Let me be real now. Let me be real. Let's pick a Chanel and Zara bag. In my opinion, I do not necessarily think the quality of a Chanel bag is better than a Zara bag, but because of the name attached to it, there's a huge difference. And most folks will pick the Chanel bag to the Zara bag. But if there's a magic trick done and then the names are switched, the value automatically switches. Anyway, what I'm saying is that names and titles are associated directly to values and worth. So it's a big deal what you answer to. We need to begin to change. We need to change what we answer to. We need to refuse some. We need to absolutely drop some, and we need to pick some by ourselves. Yeah? I don't know why this should be an issue, really, if you think about it. Because why listen to what your neighbor screams at you, or your parents, or your partner? Some people just really don't say the nicest things, and when you stay under them for a long time or you relate to them for a long time, you begin to think and conform. You begin to think that is what or who you are, and then you begin to conform and adjust your mind into thinking that you are what you're not, or into thinking you are less of a person. There are some people who had like good lives before, and then they meet this person and then they begin to feel less. It's directly associated with the words that comes out of the person, that comes out of the person's mouth. I was in a relationship once, and man, if you ask my friends, I used to think like my confidence was on 150, and then I met this guy so harmless. Yeah. And then in the course of the relationship, he used to say things, and then I started feeling bad about myself without really, it was creeping in little by little. He used to talk about my weight and talk about Instagram girls and then how I should look like them, how I should get a waist trainer, blah 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 blah. And one day I snapped out of it and I woke up, I'm like, dude, it's over. Like, I can't. Like, you're a great guy, you're probably for someone else, but if you begin to make me feel ugly, I'm out. I'm out. Names actually be. Hey, so there was a technical difficulty. Sorry. But hold on, let's just stop and actually think about it. if you really pay too much attention to what people say, you're kind of in a rumble of your own. I don't know if that's the right word, but the point I'm trying to make is that people are so feeble minded. Today, thin is cool, next tomorrow, thick is better. Then another day, muscular is what is in. And hold on, I'm not saying any of that is bad, that's totally cool. But what I'm saying is, if you're the kind of person who is easily swayed and who just lives for people, it's going to limit you in a long way. And if you just pay so much attention to the words people say and to the labels thrown around these days, it's actually because, believe it or not, they go a long way into defining us. So we really need to be careful what we accept and what we don't. And labeling goes further than names and titles. Labeling goes to circumstances, yes, situations. Sometimes we find ourselves in situations that happen over and over and over and over again, and then we begin to believe that that's the norm. But hey, I'm here to tell you, For example, as a student, there's probably a course where you keep failing and failing and failing. And then you just get to the point you're like, I can never pass this. But yes, you can. You just need to summon the little courage in you. You've got so much inside you. Look, let's be real, it happened to me. There was a time in the past when I was always I, I was going through a lot of difficulties with a certain area of my life, and then I I started becoming intimidated by it. To be honest, I in my head I began to feel I can never do it, and then it only took God to talk to me like, "Do you know whose daughter you are?" And with His help, I was able to pull out of it. So it happens to all of us, but we just need to reconfigure our mentality to know that this is not the norm. We choose what we want, yeah, and things would be as we want it to be. Yeah, it may seem tough, but you're not as weak as you think you are. I give it to you that you're actually a very strong person. Whoever is listening to this, to be alive, to have lived this long, to be able to watch this, you've got something going on for you. Anyway, let's talk about someone I really, 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 really like. So there's this dude, boys. But there's this dude, his name was David. Just a very regular, average dude, but he became a superstar in his time because he stepped up to his giant. He stepped up to his giant and he defeated the giant. So, what's your giant? What's my giant? I have some giants. I'm we I'm not too scared. Yeah, I do get scared, but I just bounce back and know there's nothing that is too much for God to handle. So I just give it to God. Anyway, what is your giant? I'm here to tell you that you can totally beat it. Beat down. Yeah. So what's your giant? What is making you shrink? Making you think you're smaller than you actually are? Yeah. So what is your giant? What is making you shrink who you are? Making you scared of life. You need to fight from a point of victory. It may sound absurd, but if you fight from a mentality that you have already won, you would win because you're going to push and you're going to believe and you're going to go in with the intent of, I got this. Yeah? So we need to actually switch our minds and fight from a point of victory and beat whatever is stopping us. So this is halfway into this. I really want you to take time and think about it. What are your giants? What are the names that are limiting you? Yeah, if you're honest with yourself, you know that there are certain labels in your life that are actually limiting you. Let me tell you about another guy and how we can break out of the mold people have built for us, like we ask them for any help. Like the world isn't tough enough, then they decide to label us and tell us that is where we should be. No. We're here to break boundaries, to break records, and to defy our oppositions. Anyway, there's this guy, Paul. Paul was a huge, see, he was a serious, like a very significant persecutor of the Christian faith and the believers and people who believed in Jesus Christ. But he came when he came in contact with Jesus, when he encountered him, all the evil that was in him, the drive to kill people was completely melted down. And then the good in him, which was being manipulated by the devil for bad, was used for good by Christ. So the deal is really, if you allow Christ into your life, he brings light. You don't have confusion ceases, and then he brings light and problems are solved. Yeah, and you become somebody because you begin to do things. And don't be scared by what has happened in the past. We all have things that we are not very proud of, but would you keep limiting yourself because of the past? Pick up yourself and move on. Things happen. Yeah, back again. So let's talk about Esther. I really I really love Esther because she's fabulous and she's godly, and that's everything I want to be. Yeah. So Esther was an orphan, and she didn't have much, and she was a nobody, but she went on to break that mold, the slave mold, and became the queen in a nation where she was a slave. But you know that if she didn't think she deserved it, she would never have gotten it, because our thoughts affect our actions, and then our actions sometimes make us coy, yeah, and sometimes it brings us out. And all I'm trying to tell you is God in our life, he takes our burden, he takes our pain, and he takes our past, your history, everything, even the ugliest bit. He takes it in him, and then he releases you. You free, have fun while you are alive. It's not only you're not to have a drab life, then you die, and then that's life. That is not life. You're to feel fine, like be good. That is actually life. The Esther and Peter are examples for today of people who broke the mold of what they were known by and became great. Personally, I think I'm a child of God. It is well with me. Favor is for me. I am beautiful. I've got it going on. We need to think this. You need to drop lots of labels that are not, should not be associated with you. You need to make up your mind. And I would suggest this label you need to pick. You need to pick the label of being a child of God. You need to know, hey, life may not be easy, but he's got me. Like, he's a ride or die, and he's already died, so you can only keep riding. But anyway, you I hope you get what I'm saying, is that life is not as tough as life would not be as tough if we just let him in and then try to handle everything and then try to think about everything and dropped some labels. He takes it on him and he gives you his own label. He gives you the labels that you are priceless, you are a prize jewel, you're his heartbeat. He would die for you. He has died for you. He loves you unconditionally. He cares about you. You are special. You are royalty. It is well with you. Wealth is for you. Good health is for you. Abundance is for you. A fulfilled life is for you. When you have all these promises and it actually happens in the lives of people, it beats me when I hear people who still wouldn't accept it or believe it's true. Why don't you just try and see how it works out for you? Because it is true. I know it's too good to be true, but it is true. Yes, there's such a thing as an easy life, and some people live it, and you can live it too if you would just let it happen. Oh, speaking about labeling, speaking about labeling can speaking of labeling, there are some labelings that should ordinarily seem like a good thing, but they go a they have a significant cost in limiting you in limitations. Let me tell you, a seemingly good one, let's say, well, disguised as a good one sometimes, let's say beauty. Beauty is a gift. Beauty is a form of favor. I'm not going to dispute that. Nobody should be ashamed of it. It is a gift. But the thing is, we need to be careful of how absurd we get into certain things. Oh yeah, we're beauty, honey. We all know you're beautiful. We can see you're beautiful. But is that all? What else is there to you? Because if you think your beauty is going to keep saving you, you need to come up with a plan real fast, because it would fail you. You desperately need a backup plan. You need to be beautiful. We all are beautiful. We accept it, we enjoy it, but there should be more to our story than beauty. We cannot let that limit us. Esther was beautiful. She became queen because she was beautiful. But she also went on to show the world, when she was on the verge of her and her people being alienated, she went on to prove to the world that, yo, I'm beautiful, but I'm going to use this beauty and I'm going to show you that I'm more than that, and I'm going to show you that I am bold and I am intelligent. Do you get it? So yeah, your beauty can take you far, but it can only take you so far, and you need more. I'm just saying it's not a bad thing, but we need to be very careful. Labeling goes a long way into defining us, and you are more than just physically beautiful. You are everything. You are special. You are a special diadem. Do you get it? So you are beautiful, but you are voila, more than beautiful. That is the mindset we should have. This happens to ladies especially. Anyway, I'm going to round up with this special message I've got from someone who really cares about you, and he told me to tell you that you are more than what the world readily sees and says that you are. He is the only one who can label you because he created you. And he has told me to tell you that you are a jewel, that you are a champion, that you are strong, you are beautiful, you are wonderful, you are wise, and then you can live this life and beat it, kick it in the butt. Yeah. But anyway, you get the gist. And now I ask you, what is your name? What do you answer to? What are you known by, and what are you called? I am proudly called child of God. I suggest you take that label too. Thank you for watching. Kindly subscribe and like this video.